Okay. Something is not recording. It didn't give me the recording sign.
I see the little recording icon on the side of my screen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it did. Okay. All right. Maybe. Okay, there's pause and stop and recording. Okay, so maybe it's recording right now. Welcome to our first recorded Zoom session, Edit 695 students. And today I'm with Shaylin and James, and hoping to see you all next time. For this session, I would like to answer some of the questions Shaylin and James may have, and then some of the clarifications I would like to make based on the students who call me this week and start asking me questions. So let's start with you first, with your questions, and I will try to clarify as much as I can. All right, go for it, Shaylin.
Right this second, the only questions I can think of are coming for just where to find, like weekly when we're going through the work, where to find it in the course documents online.
Okay, so this is a bit confusing for me as well, because when I saw the weekly postings, I said, well, how can they post all 10 of them at once? So I realized I should create one discussion forum for each week. So you post your weekly discussion. In this case, people stay with the same topic and they see each other's weekly journals. And then at the end, I'm hoping you compile all your journals and post it into the system under projects and activities.
Well, not just the journals. Like I saw that you created the journal postings, but what about like the other work that we're doing? Are there places to post like?
Correct.
Like I think this week is a there's some kind of discussion.
Yeah, under the discussion is the same thing with the journal. So discussion for this week is about, philosophies, what's your philosophy and how you connect it to instruction technology. So that's the first discussion.
So the journal posting and the discussion posting go in the same spot?
The first discussion was kind of an introduction.
Right.
From now on, week 1, discussion topic, it says exactly on the Blackboard. I'm actually restarting my Blackboard account so I can clearly read what is it that I'm talking about. It just earlier crashed and it's still not picking up for some reason. Okay. So you will each week post whatever the discussion is about, and that's your journals combined. I put a link up to explain more details. So if you click under the projects and activities, and you click under weekly journals, there is a details link if you want to read about, because some students ask me how long it's going to be, what is it need to include. So if the first topic says philosophy and theory that informs your vision, which was due, I guess, yesterday. So, and it doesn't matter at this point, the first week, okay, you can post it a few days later. Try to stay on time, just because you want to post it in the time period where everyone else could see yours. Because once you move to another week, you may not have a chance to hear from other people unless you want to go back and look at the journals. But under that link that I posted, I try to explain, okay, now it says to me I don't have access to this account to be able to view this link. I hope it's not the same problem happening to your from your angle. It's thinking that I'm not in my NYIT account. How many Gmails you guys have?
3.
I switch back and forth, and it's getting very confusing.
Yeah.
Over 10 now. Okay. Under this journals, for instance, it says proposed purposes of this journal entries are. So one of the things I tell the people. If you have nothing to say, you can, talk about the team, of course, for a few sentences, but nothing to say, you can talk about your detective work. What did you discover lately on TV, website, blog, listserv? You can post a link. You can say, here's what I found. That's, helps me for my teaching. 3, respond to practicum activities. You can easily talk about what kind of curriculum design you're working on. Are you doing workshops? Did you create an online quiz? Whatever you had done for your practicum activities, you can share for a couple of sentences. So your journal may include 4 different elements. The last one is your accomplishments. What do you feel like you accomplished this week? Did you finish assignment? Are you still behind? So this is the part that you can talk about where you're at. Little little clue to me to let me know that you're struggling, but things are on track, or there are times that you need a little pause, and you might be some things going on in school that you need to take, or family issues. It could be anything and everything that could be discussed. So the journal, minimum 200, maximum 500 words, will include some of these areas.
Okay.
But when the journals start on journal 5 through 10, we're going to be specifically focusing on EST standards. So these are the coaching standards. I hope you have the booklet that will, or I attached the one-page version online already. But if you get the booklet, it has a little bit more details about what those standards are addressing. So the first one is more about, I guess, personal experience, research, and observations regarding these elements of SDC1. In this case, I think it's time for us to start thinking, how are you going to now relook at your work, all NYIT work that you had done, and how are you going to start building your portfolio on task themes? So through your journaling, again, journaling is only one point, right? It's not a big deal. Through your journaling, you're actually telling yourself, outlining what you're doing, telling your peers what you might be needing, because you can pose questions through your journal. It's fine. And it also helps me to guide you if there are things that needs to be addressed. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I have also the last journal, which is the journal 10. I want you to also reflect on a few things that I posted. It could be 1 or 2 that you can pick to post. Again, this is the one that is focused on lifelong learning. It's the focus on overall practicum experience and how you link all these standards into your portfolio. And what you learn from the experience, all your failures, all your struggles also get you extra points. So we learn from our mistakes. I truly believe you do not need to hide anything, because if you identify your mistakes here and you can fix them here during this class, you will be better in your coaching experience. So I hope that kind of explains your question.
Yes.
And you know where to post things a little bit further. And if you happen to post them wrong places, or you feel like you're still confused, you can always let me know or email me and say, here's my attachment, I don't know where to post it, but I'll be happy to guide you through it. And
Okay.
on activities, there are list of stuff that I posted again for review of New York State framework and test design, evidence and impact, and presentation. So these are the places you can also post for me to look at before we post it to task stream, because that's where the final work needs to be posted for your portfolio. All right. Now I move to James, and you have questions.
What are the discussion board, do you have requirements for number of posts or replies for journals? for either journals or the weekly discussions?
Just one posting, I really highly recommend having it.
Okay.
But if you can respond to your peers, that would be wonderful. But
Yeah.
I am not grading it. I'm not, if you're not doing it, you're not penalized. But if
Okay.
you're compelled to say something and you're not saying it, you know, it's not good. Your friend might benefit from your little wisdom, that
Mm-hmm.
put a little 2 cents here and there. So please feel free to respond more. And the other thing is something, I don't know if anyone told you, under, let me see if I can screen share and show you. I think whiteboard is what no, maybe I'll select this. Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you see something called evaluation?
Yeah.
Under evaluation, there's course reports, performance dashboard, and retention center. Apparently, on these little tabs that, oops, it goes to library. That's a good place to go. But I wanted to show you. So there are 3 tabs, and if, like in this case, if I have to find out if a student is not performing, or an overall summary of the user activities, at the very end, I'm going to use this one, of course, not 100% this whole thing, use this one as a guidance for my attendance grade. If you were answering 1 or 2 questions here and there, you will show that you're active on Blackboard, as opposed to you just post one thing at a time and don't even show up. So this indicates every time you go into the system, it shows that you are active student. So I was told that there's a ratio that I have to keep. Every, was it 8-to-1 or something like that? If there are 8 postings, as a professor, I'm supposed to post at least 1. Something like that. I forgot the exact ratio, but I think 8-to-1 as I remember. So they also check on me. So the system administrator will go into the system and say, if this professor signed on to the system at least two times a week, is this teacher is responding to the students on discussion forums, they also check on me as well. So I was told that this is one of the ways I can integrate my attendance. So one thing for you to consider.
Okay.
But again, don't just open up the Blackboard for the sake of keeping it online so you can look better. As long as you complete your tasks, as long as I know you are asking questions, you're not, you don't have to be on Blackboard all the time, because task stream is where you probably spend most of your time. Our course is a bit different than other courses where they're primarily using Blackboard. We're using so many other tools. So you feel free to use your time efficiently. At the end of the day, we're not here to give you a hard time. We're here to make you the best coach, exceptional designer, and educational leader in your field. Not to worry about those little attendance issues. I'm sure we can all catch up at the end. All right.
Speaking of attendance, you have a webinar on October 12th.
Mm-hmm.
That is the first night of Yom Kippur.
Okay. Can we do it the next day?
Yom Kippur ends about an hour after sundown. So
Okay.
I think sundown is about 7. It should be around 6:45, 7 o'clock by then.
Okay.
So I couldn't do anything until 8 o'clock.
All right, that's fine. So if you want to move either a day or an hour, it's not a problem for me. You can,
Sorry about that.
no problem. If you can send me any of your things, and since this is a recording session for others, this is the same. Please email me all your time conflicts. Because anyone, we have the next 2, 3, 5 sessions. Anyone allowed to miss one of those sessions, right? Number 2, any one of you can suggest another session so I can have alternate dates. Speaking
Okay.
of alternate Zoom dates, I have a couple of students already indicated Wednesday nights is not good for them.
Yeah.
So maybe we can have the class separated into two. So maybe today we can pick another good day that you might have that we can move it. It could be even Saturday. I don't care.
For me, normally Thursdays work best. Just because I have other obligations on Wednesdays normally
Okay.
that I like to go to.
So if I make the same session, same hour, or maybe 1 hour early, maybe the Thursday will be 6 o'clock. Do you want to do that? Or
I'm okay with that as long as it's not like a parent teacher conference night or something like that. I actually have the list for New York City parent teacher conferences here.
okay,
Because I work in an elementary school.
I see.
Actually, they're all Thursdays.
Oh,
Each one is Thursdays. Like Thursday the 22nd is the one I have to be at.
okay. All right.
Then, yeah, they're those are Thursdays, but there's only 2 of them. The 22nd and then November 3rd.
Do you have Zoom meetings during that time? Let's check.
I don't remember. And I just got a link saying that our meeting is going to end in 10 minutes.
That's okay. I can restart it.
Okay.
Let's get this 10 minutes recorded at least.
Yeah.
We can have another opening.
Sorry if you hear my dog playing with a toy.
Wonderful.
Your dog, my phone. It's just one of those times.
Okay. Any conflict with November 9th? You said October 12th is our next one.
Yeah, October 12th is Yom Kippur. So
that let's just do that one for 13 anyway.
Okay.
I can change that one to 13 now. November 9, and we can see November 10, just because now from now on we're going to do a Wednesday and Thursday. December 7, I don't think I can do 8. So maybe December 15 and 16 I can do. I think I'm going to do Tuesday for that because I will be traveling on the 8th for sure. So December 6 and 7. So I will post these new dates as alternatives. So I will say, if you can make one, you can make the other one.
Okay.
But try, not necessarily you have to make them 2 that week. It's just enough.
You don't have to do 2, but one of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 4 webinars that's coming up, and you're allowed to miss one. So at least you need to pick 3. And if you miss one, I will put the recording up.
Okay.
Or you can come a little bit late or a little bit leave early because you have conferences or you have some other conflicts. It's fine. As long as you are part of the meeting, that would be lovely.
Okay.
Okay. I had several questions on practicum. I want to address the next 5 minutes. It is critical that you start filling that form as soon as possible and send it to me electronically and say, this is what I filled out so far. And here is my supervisor, my principal, my coordinator, someone who can sign the paperwork for you. Is willing to sign that paper. And that's all I need. It could be electronically signatured, Adobe signature, it doesn't matter. But try to get the original signature, of course, in the mail later on, but at least send me the electronic signature. This is important because not just those 50 hours required for this course, it is part of the New York State licensure requirement. So we have to tell the state, yes, in fact, these people spend 50 hours coaching in the field. So I'm hoping you two at least have a place to
I already handed my principal the paperwork.
Okay.
So he's going to help me get some kind of secondary school because I work in an elementary school already. I'm there. And I already do a lot of the stuff in there. So he's reading it over. And when I see him sometime this week, we're going to have a discussion about the other stuff that needs to be done.
Perfect. And don't forget, you can also include your preparation time for the workshops. So do not just say, oh, I presented an hour, that's all I need. No, for presenting an hour, you spend an hour for preparing the classroom setting or computers, installing software, whatever it is, make sure you write it down those hours.
Okay.
Okay. I don't live in New York right now, and I won't be, taking the New York State test. Obviously I need the 50 hours for the course, but do you need everything the same as,
Yeah, just because it's part of the course requirement as well.
Yes.
But you could have different activities. So in your case, you could be attending some online conferences, something meaningful. Whatever don't worry. You can actually, on Zoom, there is a button to say, turn off the background noise. So when you're talking, you can turn on. When you're not,
Muted.
eliminate the background noise, you can hit that button to unmute your audio. All right, so in that case, I'm going to ask you to see if you can find an alternative that will enrich your experience in this class, because ultimately, I'm looking up to you as a teacher in this class teaching others, because your experience is going to be influencing others' experiences. So we're learning from each other. So I hope you'll find a way to do your 50 hours. Another thing I can suggest is that using, for instance, VoiceThread, you will be able to maybe bring everybody's experiences together. So maybe you'll be the coacher of the coaching class. So if you are interested in creating a platform or doing some kind of storytelling, you could be our documentarian for our class. Think about how you would like to contribute. You can make your own music background. Who knows, music video.
Yeah. All right.
So as long as you put it in the proposal, as long as I look at it and then run with my supervisor, because as you know, I'm teaching this course for the first time. I do not want to mess up anything. I want to run by my dean to make sure that I'm saying okay to the papers that you propose. So try to do them as soon as possible. Don't leave it towards the end of the semester where you do not have any more time. One other thing that was questioned, and I think the answer is yes. I talked to my dean briefly. She didn't say no. But if you happen to have done any professional development in the summer or prior to starting the class just recently, and if somebody is willing to sign up for it, that also counts. So if you've done some professional development during the summer, don't think that, oh, I have to now create a new one. How am I going to do one? Because you've already done it. And if your supervisor is willing to sign, I am willing to accept it, at least push for it to my dean to accept it. All right, so time is running to the last seconds. And I don't want to take more of your time. And it's also very boring to watch the whole video series of videos. So I understand if, oh, we have Marlene actually just joined. Marlene, I'm going to open up the Skype in a second. Zoom in a second, but we're finishing up the free time that we have. I would like to say goodbye for now, and I'm going to restart the Zoom in a few seconds. In the meantime, and everyone, go get a glass of water and stretch your arms. And
Gotta go take my dog out. Yeah.
Dog out, yeah, yes.
So you're going to restart this meeting so that we can continue discussing.
If you still have questions, but if you feel like, you know what, I'm good to go, and enjoy the rest of the evening. And
I just have a couple of questions about some of the assignments.
Okay, so let me just stop it. I think we're done with this, and then I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So what, like 5 minutes?
2 minutes. I'll be.
Okay.